Okay, I'm just gonna look it up. Engagement farming. Because basically they do this thing where it's like follow for follow, right? And I'm just like, it's like, okay, I want to say that like there's nothing wrong with engagement farming. Like there's nothing wrong with like doing crazy shit to get attention, right? Because if it brings attention to you without it being anything that's like anything morally wrong, then I don't see a problem with doing it. Because like engagement farming could really be anything that like is looking for engagements, like straight up looking for engagements, like, or like making like even like on Twitter, like making memes that are relatable could be considered engagement farming. But what I mean by engagement farming is like talking to people online and being like, can you follow me for a follow and I'll like all your posts too. It's just like bro. And like these people be like also like follow for follow and then like unfollowing the people as if they're like some sort of like popular or they blew up or something like that. I'm just like, bro, like you should not do that. I don't think there's anything wrong with doing that. I just think that it's honestly just gonna hold you back. Like if you're like a VTuber and you're asking somebody like follow me for a follow and I'll like all your posts, like if you don't actually want to follow that person because you enjoy their content or want to check them out more, then I don't see why you would do that, right? That just sounds depressing. I agree. You're not actually like looking for people that actually want to enjoy your content. It's just like you're looking for somebody to make it look like you have a following, right? It'll make you look like you have a following, but nobody's actually there for you. They're just there for your follow. And it's just like, no. Okay, I think this is the one that I saw. I'm kind of done with all these clickbait tweets people do. Looking for friends gets ignored. I will treat everyone's work, well, not mine. Looking for collabs seems like you only accept big creators, share PNG, and nothing, it seems. I'm done. I feel so damn ignored by these. I'm just gonna stop reacting to these tweets. Oh. Yeah. And that too, the engagement farming where people are like, right, I'll retweet my favorite art piece of yours if you like and retweet this post, or if you follow me, right? And then that post ends up blowing up, and they're not able to keep up with it because it is engagement farming. They're just looking for people that are gonna follow them who don't actually want to interact, right? And I'm just like, it isn't worth all that. It genuinely isn't worth all that, and not only that, like, I personally see it as kind of annoying. You know? And like if somebody says like, oh, I'm looking for friends, and then you're like, oh, I want to be your friend, and then they don't respond, it's just like, you know, it's just like discouraging, you know? I think anybody would be discouraged by that. Again, that's why I like don't be interacting with other people, especially like, you know, a lot of content creators. Like I just don't be doing that. And especially like a lot of like, I have a lot of good friends. Like I'm not gonna lie, I have a lot of good like online friends and stuff like that, but a lot of them like don't even make YouTube videos and stuff like that, but they just post their art, and I'm like, that's cool. Like y'all are amazing. Like I actually make genuine connections with people, but like I am not going to go out of my way to be like, I'm looking for friends, and then like what? Like no, it's just like I'd rather make friends with somebody more, I don't know, genuine, or like on a different platform where you don't really have to deal with that, you know? Like, if somebody DMs you and goes out of their way to say, like, hey, I like your content, I was wondering if you wanted to collab or something, then yeah, I would check that out. But I'm not going to make a post like, I'm looking for somebody to collab with, and then have, like, 30 people reply, and then only pick one of them. It's just like, what? It's not worth it. This gives like a sour taste in my mouth, because like, you know you're gonna get engagement from that. You know you're gonna get engagement from that. You should just pick out or look for a content creator that you like, that you think shares similar values with you, and ask if you can collab with them. Period. That's it. Like it's never that deep. It's never that serious, and it's not that confusing. Like I just think like people just be doing all this, man. And I know some people like quote unquote engagement farm, right? Saying VTubers farming engagement off the Lola drama, and I know what the Lola drama is. I was watching the Lola drama, I was following the Lola drama because I'm a concept artist. I would like to know about it. I'd like to know what is what, right? And people just be putting engagement farming on anything because like it's just a negative term, right? If somebody is giving they're giving their opinion on the Lola situation, or giving their critique on the Lola situation, that is not engagement farming. That is just spreading news. That's just spreading news.
it's old news, but basically what happened was that one VTuber had copied another VTuber and the whole thing blew up.
No. So there's a difference between bad engagement farming and good engagement farming.
Because not all engagement farming is inherently bad. I'm tired of people saying that it is. Because a lot of it isn't even engagement farming, it's bringing light on smaller content creators. It just ends up happening that there's so many in, like, you know, one post that they can't exactly do every single one of them, and it's called engagement farming just because they didn't get picked. Like, just say that your butt hurt without saying your butt hurt.
So if you have a post that's like, drop your like character or your design and I'll review it on stream. That is good engagement farming if you actually do end up reviewing what catches your attention on stream. But then the bad one would be follow for follow, you're just hurting yourself. And I don't see any genuine problem with engagement farming unless you're like following people and then unfollowing people. But if you're making an agreement to follow somebody and get a follow back, then you should not remove the follow. It's just that simple. And I feel like people like overreact over the quote unquote engagement farming thing. The only thing I have a problem with is when you make an agreement and then you break the agreement. That's it. Because if somebody is saying that I'm going to follow you for a follow, and then, you know, they actually follow you for the follow, right? I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It's two people making an agreement. But the problem is that it genuinely just hurts you because you have dead followers. Like, these people are not actually interacting with your posts. They don't actually care about you. They just care about the follow that you gave them. And I feel like, again, people just overreact or don't even know what engagement farming is. And, like, everything on the internet could be considered engagement farming. But it's like, what? And the thing is that there was also the Dr. Disrespect situation. And, like, so many people were, like, saying that, oh, all these people are engagement farming. No. We are talking about somebody who inappropriately talked to a minor. Like, this is news. We should be telling everybody to stay away from him. Why are you insulting people who want to protect children? It's just like so odd how dumb some people on Twitter are. It's just like insane, right? VTubers, I'm going to tell you a secret. If you are a small VTuber, do not fall for the VTuber support chains. I have done that too. Most of the time, the poster does not follow you back. It's engagement farming and for their growth, at least from what I've seen. You may get a couple follows, but more often than not, they will unfollow you shortly after you follow them. Right. And, like, I've never really been in the Vtuber community. I've been staying out of it. I've been staying in my own pocket. I've been staying in my own little world because I don't want to deal with all of that, right? I don't want to deal with all the drama of having to interact with other people because, like, if I actually am going to say I'm going to follow for follow, I'm going to actually lock in and follow for a follow, like, I'm not going to be a loser, right? Because, like, on Instagram, I think there's only one person that I've actively, like, did, like, a follow for follow with, and it was because they were like, oh, if you want to be a mutual, DM me, right? And I saw their art. I'm like, I love your art. I'd love to be a mutual with you. Like, I will interact and all of that. And they're like, for sure, right? Because we actually had an important interaction other than just following each other and then unfollowing each other later. Like, that's actually, like, a good interaction, right? And if I'm actually going to be interacting with their art, I'm going to be liking and reposting their art. That's important, right? And that's actually something that you should be doing. But then just following somebody and never thinking about them ever again, like, no. Yeah!